Hey Nathan, good to see you again. This is that incredible 2018 Kia Stinger I was telling you about. So this particular one happens to be a GT all-wheel drive in the limited edition Sunset Yellow, only 400 made. If you pass on this one, there won't be another chance. But I want to talk to you about some cool styling in this vehicle, okay? So the Stinger starts off at about $32,000, has 5 available trim levels, tops out at $52,000, and that puts the Stinger in a price range that's going to be somewhere in the range of probably about $5,000 to $15,000 less money than any other car it competes with in the US. So you're going to save tons of dough over and above all the really cool stuff I'm about to tell you about. Styling in this car is sharp. On the front, you're going to notice the signature Tiger Nose grille. Peter Schreier put this on Kia's, broadcasted across Kia's entire lineup about 4 or 5 years ago. Very, very nice styling, cool little dip in the center. You're going to see that carried throughout the windshield, the back window, and the rear bumper. I'll point that out to you when we get to that point. You're also going to notice here on the front some really cool lighting. So Kia loves to use LED lights, LED turn signals here and on the side mirrors, LED accent lights, as well as on the top 4 trims, everything except the very bottom trim has standard LED headlighting, okay? LED headlights give you much better visibility at night. They're also going to last you 10 to 15 years, so you don't have to worry about burnouts. On top of that, Kia's got a package that allows those headlights, when you're driving at night with Rachel trying to get away from the kids, they bend right and left around corners, as well as control the low and high beams so that they're off and on at the right point of times when there's cars in front of you and when it's dark. So a really, really neat setup there. Kia loves to use a suite called DriveWise. It's specialized safety technology to help you avoid a potential accident. And on the Stinger, it's called ADAS, which is an Advanced Driver Assistance System, okay? It's going to integrate a number of sensors around the vehicle, front, here in the grille, up on the windshield behind the rearview mirror camera, and some sensors in the back corners. They're going to help you avoid a potential accident. So when somebody in front of you slams on the brakes, it'll help. When somebody pulls out in front of you in an immediate emergency situation, it'll help. If you start to drift out of your lane a little bit, it'll help. If somebody's in your blind spot, it'll help. All of these features are designed to help you stop from accidentally having an accident. There's going to be a heads-up display up here in the dash, okay, that will project inside the car all of the important driver information right up here on the windshield, so that you, Nathan, when you're driving the car, you don't have to worry about being distracted with the speedometer and your blind spot settings. All that stuff will show up right on the windshield so your eyes can stay fixed on the road. Now that we're going to get under the hood, we're going to start to talk about some of the really cool stuff. Stinger comes with 2 engines. You've got the base 2 trims come with a standard 2-liter 4-cylinder. It's 255 horsepower, 260 pound-feet of torque, and that engine comes in the bottom 2 trims really strong. Then you have the bad boy, the 3.3-liter twin-turbo V6. This comes in the top 3 GT trims and provides 365 horse, 376 pound-feet of torque, which is more horsepower and torque than any other car in the class for under 80 grand. Huge, huge drivetrain. You're gonna love it when we go out for a drive. This engine's got some neat technology on it. Technology is both fuel efficient through the GDI system. It's an advanced fuel injection system, as well as a variable valve timing system that gives you the best possible engine timing when you step on the accelerator and you need to accelerate quickly. Made it to a standard 8-speed automatic transmission. That transmission is going to get you not only good efficiency on the highway, but because there's extra gears, closer ratios, which means at low speeds, high performance. Both engines also peak their torque at under 1500 RPM, which means that even at super slow speeds, you're never going to be short on power. The car runs standard on regular unleaded. Factory recommends premium if you want the highest performance numbers. The 4-cylinder is going to get you gas mileage, 22 in town, 29 on the highway, and about 19 in town and 25 on the highway if you choose the GT trims with that V6 engine. Now, coming around here to the passenger side, I want to talk to you about safety. We know that Kia is a safe company because we talked about some of those sensors in the suites through the ADAS package. Kia was just awarded their 8th vehicle from the IIHS with the highest rating they offer, the top safety pick, okay? That puts Kia the highest safety car company in the nation, regardless of price tag, including Mercedes, Porsche, Volvo, Subaru. Kia has more top safety pick cars than any company in the United States. This vehicle in Europe and in Australia has the top 5-star safety rating from their governments. Hasn't been crashed here in the US, but I imagine once it gets crashed this fall, it's going to qualify as the top safety pick there as well. A cocoon of 7 airbags are going to surround you, Rachel, and the kids when you're out on a drive. There are airbags in the roof. There are airbags in the seats. There are airbags in the dash. All of these are going to protect you regardless of what happens when you guys are on the road. You can never plan for enough safety. High tensile steel, and tons of it, almost a little more than 50% spread throughout the car for high strength. Side impact door beams in both the front and rear doors to keep your family safe. Your investment is going to be protected for the long haul with this car, because Kia is that company that gives you the 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty on the powertrain. Nobody does that. No car company does that on any car that's in this performance category. The only one is the Stinger. You have bumper to bumper and roadside assistance for 5 years and 60,000. Now that we're here in the back of the car, I want to point out something really, really cool to you. This car's got a hidden secret. It's a hatchback. Now, it doesn't look like a hatchback, but the amount of space in here is amazing. This car has 23.3 cubic feet of space, more than any other car in the class. The closest to it is the Audi A5 with 21.8 cubic feet, and it's thousands of dollars more. This car will haul your kids to college if you need to. The rear seats fold down, hauls like a hatch, but looks like a sedan. So it's the best of both worlds. Has an available power lift gate on the rear, so if you happen to come out with a bunch of handfuls worth of stuff, it uses your smart key in your pocket. You stay in here for 4 seconds, it opens the door automatically so you can drop your stuff in. Hidden under the rear down here is a full-size spare tire, which is really nice because most spares are donuts. This car not only is a full-size spare, it's on an aluminum alloy rim, which means when you run over that nail, you don't have to look silly rolling down the road. Side note, your battery is also mounted underneath this tire in the trunk, so it's completely protected from the salt and the rain that most batteries get in the engine compartment. No corrosion, no short-term wear out. This battery is going to last for as long as you can ask a battery to last because of that storage there in the rear area. Dip in the top windshield here, dip in the back bumper. Both of these tie into that Tiger nose grille you see on the front. Sonar sensors here on the rear as well as on the front, so both ends are protected when you're parking the car or if it's just watching out for a curb that's out there next to the vehicle. Coming around to the driver's side, I want to point out the back seat. This is really important. The worst seat in the house in any car you can drive is right here. Why? Because who wants to sit in back, really? But with the Stinger, it's got the nicest back seat you're ever going to see in the market. This back seat has got more legroom and more headroom than almost every other car it competes with in this performance class. It's got tri-zone climate control, so even your back seat passengers can change their air and heat controls right from the rear. There's USB charging points. There's 4 cup holders, tons of room, tons of space. If you're the bad luck guy and you get stuck in the back, best back seat to be in. Now, the drivetrain is a standard rear-wheel drive setup, which is very important because there's no way a performance car should have front-wheel drive. Rear-wheel drive is the way to go. Has standard electronic stability control and standard electronic traction control. You have an available limited slip differential that you can get on that rear-wheel drive setup. Now, you can also choose all-wheel drive because it snows here, Nathan, and I understand that. I'm going to get a Stinger this fall, and I'm getting all-wheel drive. The all-wheel drive system comes with an electronic torque vectoring cornering control system that not only runs your power front to back tires, but even left and right to give you the best possible traction in any scenario. Now, the Stinger comes standard with 18-inch rims. If you choose the 18-inch setup, they're mud and snow tires, and it limits the car's top speed at 130. The 19-inch rims give you a top speed of 167 miles an hour, which is more than 10 miles an hour faster than any closest competitor, as well as they're staggered. 225s in the front, 255s in the rear. Michelin Pilot Sport 4s, best tires that Michelin makes. Brembo, best name in braking. 4 piston calipers in the front, 2 piston calipers in the back. You're never going to have a problem stopping this car. Coming to the inside, really cool stuff. The interior in this car is one of the highest quality cabins in the nation for cars under $70,000 or $80,000. It'll blow your mind. Leather seats, of course, I'm spending a lot of money. I'd like to have leather. Shocker. All the competitors charge you $2,000 or $3,000 or $5,000 more for leather seats, standard in the Stinger. This seat offers 16-way power adjustment, and it's memoried, and it's heated. And if you choose all-wheel drive, your steering wheel's heated, and the seats are ventilated. No matter the temperature outside, you're going to be comfortable on the inside. A 5-mode drive select system, which is really impressive because most companies give you 2. A customized setting allows you to control what's stiff and what's not in your car's suspension. Standard Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and a 720-watt, 15-speaker Harman Kardon stereo available in this vehicle as well. Premium stuff. Let's get behind the wheel and take this bad boy for a drive.